note. The PR guru herself, please, a round of applause for her. I'm happy that you guys are around when I'm starting. I'm not in my elements, I'm not very well. If I told her I wasn't coming, that would have been a disaster. Because I'm actually also coming for somebody. That's why you don't see my picture on your program. So Ika and I have come a long way, like she said. She's actually my husband's friend, but I stole her from my husband.
Thank you so much for being here. We're going to have
so when after what I went to last night, and I said I must go out, he said, yes. How? And I think I said, so can we all be upstanding, stretch your legs. Okay, let me do another one. Ijo ti mojo lana, ijo ti mojo lana, ko para loro mi, ko para loro mi, ìyá mi ò gbọdọ̀ gbọ́, bàbá mi ò gbọdọ̀ gbọ́, tó bá gbọ́ àtúntò mi, tó bá gbọ́ àbá mi wí, yọ̀ǹkè yọ̀ǹkè yọ̀ǹkè, yọ̀ǹkè yọ̀ǹkè yọ̀ǹkè. I've been wondering how I'm going to do this, but I know when I start talking, the passion will take over. Now we're going, it's true, you are supposed to be hearing something on marketing, but you are, and a very important aspect of marketing that we ignore is what I want to talk about. That is reputation. A lot of us ignore reputation. Without a product, there's no brand. If you don't have a product, you don't have a brand. And if you don't have a reputation, you don't have a brand. And if you don't have a brand, there is no marketing. Most schools, if you ask them, they think of the money first. Until you talked about elements of reputation in all your talks. If you knew it, you would have known that these are reputation issues. School fees. I can tell as soon as you all get up, I look at you and say, this person's school must be like this. From the way you dress, from the way you behave, from the way you sit, from the way you're listening, from the way you're taking notes and been looking. Yeah, it's true. Think I wasn't speaking. I'll just watch her doing my own audits. Alright. I was told to shorten my time, but I also told him it's not possible. Because it took me, when Yika called me 5 days ago, it was my payback time that I can't say no to Yika. Otherwise, I'm not supposed to be here. In another 2 hours, I'm supposed to be in my institute delivering another paper. But I've sent them to say I'm not too well. Now, we all know Socrates. For those of us that did history in the primary school, I don't know if they are still doing civics and all that. But Socrates was one of the great philosophers. He says, the way to gain a good reputation is to endeavor to be what you desire to appear. What do you desire to appear? She was talking about mission. She was talking about vision. Who do you want to be? So it's not something you come up with overnight. Some people say, oh, PR guru. I didn't get there overnight. Who do you want to be? So it is that thing you want to be, that thing you desire to be. Even from the conceptual stage, when you are planning to build a school, that's where you plan. Some of us, even marriage, I know some guys that say, I want to live in Dekki, so I don't want to marry any man. So when he's getting her boyfriend, as soon as you say you live in Opik, they say, no, this is not for me. It's not about planning. Some of them go to rent a big view for 1 million naira a year because they know where they are going to. Alright? So it's the same thing with school. If you want a high value school, right, you know the areas to go to. But that doesn't give you reputation. It doesn't. It will add to it. Now, does reputation matter? Reputation is very important. It is very important that a school has a positive reputation. It is very important that you don't lose anything or anyone. You can gain a lot by having a good reputation. Now, what is reputation? I have given you so many definitions. I'm sure this will come to what. The simplest way of defining reputation is that it is the way people perceive you, the way your stakeholders perceive you. Some of us right here, we don't know our stakeholders. We hear that word stakeholders, we don't know our stakeholders, we don't know our shareholders, we don't know the difference between your stakeholders and your shareholders. In a school, of course, two most important stakeholders. Who are they? You can give me parents and students. Yeah. If you are not careful, the students might even be your primary stakeholder. You know, it's like, how many of us buy Indomie because we want to eat Indomie? It's because who made us buy it? Our children, they are influencers. And as long as they can influence decisions at home, the same way they influence decisions about their school. It's not like in my time when we didn't have a say which school we went to. We were told the school to go to. But today, our children, we dialogue with them and they let us know where they want to be. So basically, corporate reputation refers to how stakeholders perceive your company. Reputation is total perception of stakeholders, both internal and external. Most times, most schools, most corporate organizations work in the gallery. They are interested in how people outside see them, not knowing that there is a very important tool for reputation and other things, which we call WOM. WOM is word of mouth. And those people who carry that word of mouth mostly are the internal stakeholders. You ask a teacher, that's your school, how is it? Say, that person, don't come there. I mean, is that not marketing? It's that he marketed you. And yet, when you were doing everything, you didn't reckon that she was important. Reputation declines. One beautiful thing about reputation is that you can sustain it. But when the experience declines, reputation declines. When the experience, please note this, when the experience declines, reputation declines. So sometimes people are not registering for my school anymore. And people are not coming to my house anymore. The experience is gone. A lot of us have a brand essence, but our brand essence, we don't keep them. Brand essence is the promises you have made to people. I remember in those days I opened an account in the bank. I was told that they would give me a check with blah 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 for free. But they didn't. And I closed that account and they came to ask, I said, because you failed to deliver on your promise. So when the experience is reducing, when the experience is no more, that is when the brand also begins to lose dive. It's like a housewife or a husband. You know, sometimes the husband knows that, hello darling, you know. And then suddenly when he goes, does he need to be told that there's no experience? He doesn't need to be told. And if he's a good man, he will not do an audit. Say, what happened? Why didn't I get my royal welcome? And then you start saying, okay, is this the same thing with our organizations? When the experiences decline, reputation also declines. The importance of reputation is only identified and understood when an organization is threatened. Sometimes you have an issue. It is your reputation that keeps you alive. Some of us have had major issues. I was one of the PR persons that handled the case of the school that a child poisoned or supposedly poisoned another student. Alright? But one of the things that kept the school going, not because I was an expert, but because the school had a reputation. There are things that Corona will do today. And as soon as I said, Corona? Wow, I'm surprised. That's not Corona. Because Corona has a long-standing reputation that can make it survive. Do you know that Corona's reputation is actually what makes the teachers to work hard? not the other way around. Because the teachers want to maintain status quo. They want the school to continue to be the school that they held up. This school will not come down in my time. That is what reputation does. I'm trying to, he's looking at me. I defined all reputation. Now, what about the school reputation? Reputation in school is one area that people have not really done so much. But then I tell people that a school is a corporate organization. So we don't need to actually expunge school from corporate organizations and so okay. But then there is also a need because the school has special needs. A lot of school reputation is directly related to opinions of schools, first-hand stakeholders, and they are the students and the parents. Reputation, all parents describe reputation as the price of the school written on the parents. The price of the school written by our parents. We are who our parents say we are. You cannot be beyond that. That is why if you want to have some good foot soldiers, your parents must be one of them. Years back, I talked about how you can market your school using parents. Do you know that you can do a lot to market your school, to grow your school, if you know the right way to use your parents? And parents, like I said, they are the price. They are the price. Reputation, they are the ones that write the reputation that you are. They are the ones that sell you. And yet, we don't take them very seriously. Reputation is the value of school defined by our natural customers, students, and their parents. In a recent study, majority of the participants believe that the school reputation is the sum of stakeholders' opinion and attitudes for the school. I went to a convent school, and immediately I said I went to a convent school, people who know me and people who have an idea of what convent schools are, they say, oh, no wonder. Why do you think so? Because they know that convent schools in those days are very strict. They teach you etiquette, they teach you how to comport yourself, they teach you how to talk, they teach you, how to carry yourself, and then you are very strict. You are brought up in a very strict manner, so you don't look at life the way others look at life. Things don't excite you the way it excites others. So as soon as you say, no wonder, Margaret Thatcher, I've heard people call me Margaret Thatcher, but I really don't mind. And so you find me handing the same thing over to my children because that is the way I was brought up. So that is the sum total of my opinion about how I was brought up. And there are two dimensions to reputation in schools. Stakeholders' perception of an organization as able to produce quality goods. That's one perception. Stakeholders, your stakeholders' opinion about you that you are able to deliver. That's one dimension. Which school is she in? Oh, she's in Tampo. Oh, Tampo, where's Tampo? Okay, yeah, that's good. I did so well last year. Okay. She will do well, don't worry. She will do well. And then somebody can mention one of that small school, someone say, hey, I haven't heard of that school. Say, really? Let me tell you, this school is no problem. Even though they are no problem, last year, they had 90%. The other year they had this, I said, really? And how is their school fees? He said, well, it's not cover, it's not, even though they are not grade school, they are also offering the same thing and doing the same thing. So that is stakeholders' perception of your ability to deliver. Then the second perception is organization's prominence in the minds of stakeholders. Are you in the face of your stakeholders? Are you in their minds? Will they call you when they need to call you? If, for instance, I'm in the villa and the first lady is thinking of a school to take the grandchild, will I call on the school first? Are you in your stakeholder space? Those are the two dimensions. The first dimension is how your stakeholders perceive your ability to deliver. Then the second one is your prominence in the mind of stakeholders. In fact, this second dimension is very important. I remember that my daughter's school, at a point they thought I'm a shareholder. Because the way I carry it, any little thing, not because my child is there, any little thing, the first thing that comes to my mind is that school. Because I have seen them, I've experienced them, and I know they'll be able to deliver to my own satisfaction. And then, for people who know my standard, which I believe may be something okay, I should be able to prove others. No, that school is too expensive for nothing. Come, I will take you. Your important stakeholders, of course, include your customer, your parents, your students, your employees. I want everybody to say, my employees.
My employees.
They are important stakeholders. Nigerians don't pay attention to employees. Some of us think that employees are extended by houseboys and housegirls. They are the internal, they are the most powerful stakeholder that you can have. They are the people that will count them. In fact, they are your brand, we call them brand ambassadors. And they also become people who endorse your brand. I mean, if I work in Lapaja school and I just come and say, hey, come. I hear you are in a Lapaja school. My daughter wants to go and say, don't go there. And then he says, but you work there, sir. I'm for you. Will you believe me? You will believe me because I work there. I work there. He said, but they said, well, it's at your own risk. Have we never done it before? Say the truth. Some of us have done it, and some of us say, I hear you are in Johnson School. Say, oh yes. I Johnson said, the best place you can be in. The children are happy, teachers are happy, the proprietor is respectful, blah, 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 blah. We have money to do things and say, wow. Your vendors and suppliers. Sometimes I pity vendors and suppliers. Because since I left the work in the bank, I now realize who a vendor is. A vendor in Nigeria is one school dropout. A vendor in Nigeria is somebody that has no good job, that's why. No. Most vendors, I'm a vendor because I'm in business. I supply a service. I provide a service, I mean. So, most vendors need, a lot of vendors, they need respect. These vendors are also the ones that take your name out. One, the way they are treated. Two, the time you pay them. Three, the quality of things you make them to do. Don't think you are helping them or helping yourself. If you're supposed to bring Ofada rice, right? You know Ofada rice, they have grace. Then we'll tell you, no, don't bring that first girl, bring the other one, and we'll pick the stones. Right? What do you think that supplier will talk about? You say, don't mind that, if it's a schedule now, that's it, you will buy. But your father, the children eat in school, it's all stolen. Treat your vendors and suppliers, your investors. You have to carry that like your God. Because if you don't have anybody investing in your school, your reputation also is life. Then your host communities. Your host community, that is where you operate. They should be able to give an account of who you are. You must be involved in the things that they do. You must know who they are, who the local government chairman is, who the valley of the upper is, how many schools are in your community, which schools are the higher ones and the lower ones, what can you do to upgrade, what can you do to get involved, internalize and all that thing. You have IGPs all over the place now. How many of us are taking things to IGPs? And then as you do, make sure you talk about it. Don't say, last year we sent 1 million naira to IGP in Benue State. They say, we never had one. Say, no, we don't make noise. I don't know how many of us are that conservative. They're here, we don't make noise. You know, the Bible said that when you give with the left, the right should not No, not in this case. Because all you are doing is depositing in your reputation balance sheet. You are depositing in your reputation balance sheet. You know why I like what I do is because my profession cuts across every career, every lifestyle. So even as a married woman, even as a married man, even as a businesswoman, you need reputation. And what you do says a lot about you. But advantages that companies have, companies with strong reputation have, especially schools. They have quality staff. They can make people to come to them. They affect customer purchase intent. Alright? At the end of each term, some of us open schools, we are inviting parents, school fair. If you go there now, there are some tables there that nobody has visited. True? But there are some people, oh, Gilbury school, I've heard so much about this school. Oh, no, my daughter, oh. Whereas there are some who say, come now, come. Then they will come and put down and say, which school is that? No, I'm coming, right? So strong reputation helps you to affect customers' intent, critical in attracting talented employees. There are some people, I remember when I was working in the bank, when I left, I said, the only other bank I want to work in was Stanbic. I mean IBTC, not Stanbic. You know, Peter side of it. That was the only place I wanted to work. And then, to work there, you either have a second class upper or a first class. And I said, if I ever wanted to go back there, why? Because of their work ethics. Because of their reputation. So, your good reputation attracts good talent. Your reputation and financial performance, they are tied together. If you are a school that is always making losses, I don't want to go there because, sorry, Mr. Balogun has talked so much about finance. Effects of school reputation in schools. Reputation increases the demand for appointments, which means that many teachers want to work in your school. Teachers are rushing to work in your school. I know of a school, I was there for 3 years. I go there to teach first thing every Friday morning. I teach them as like a finishing school. I'm there 7 a.m. every Friday and I teach for 1 hour. For nothing. There are some schools you just want to be identified with the school. Because of their reputation. You are proud to be part of that school. Reputation also increases prices. Some school just said, well, sorry, tuition is 1 million. You say, I can't afford it, so sorry. That's the thing. Reputation forces school members to contribute to the current level of reputation. I already said that when we started. Teachers who come to work in Gregory school, they know that, Gregory school, Mr. Wakola did them. King school, Mr. Wakola did them. This school, you have to sit up. You don't need to be told. Reputation has the power to change the attitudes towards the school. Even it can change staff and governors' behaviors. There are some people, because they work in mission, as soon as they step into your school, because they know your reputation, they change their approach. Because they know that it's not business as usual. Things have to work. Now, as I'm talking, I hope you are connecting it to marketing. Because these are the things that people look at when they want to come to us. It's not enough you doing flyers, state-of-the-art flyers, but you have a state-of-the-art school with a state-of-the-art reputation. Reputation can change staff-oriented factors at school. I have a case study there, how to handle reputation issues, but I'll just go past it and go straight to something like this. Pillars of reputation. In every organization, there are 5 pillars of reputation. I said a corporate brand is what sets the face of the company. Your reputation is the the measure that stakeholders can trust you, they can admire you, they can respect you. Pillars of reputation include performance, they include products, they include pace setters, they include people, they include purpose. Now, when we talk about performance, just like the word says, performance in terms of school curriculum, performance in terms of your what do you call it when students the final year exams, when they school leaving exam, the percentage of your students that pass. You do some do IGCSE terminal exams, some do WAEC, some do all kinds, but how many of you pass, right? Reputation in terms of you being able to associate, what is your performance? Do you make profits? And if you do make profits, how do you use them? Products, what products do you have? What products do you have? Some schools don't have any products. Yes, in some schools, in a lot of schools, you have children with special cases, right? You have special students. Do you have products for those special students? Or you lump everybody in the same class? This is very important. Some parents will tell you, oh, my child is autistic. Oh, my child has a speech defect. Oh, my child is very intelligent, but he's a slow learner. Right? Some schools, all they want is just come in, be part of the class, and that's it. But some schools cater for individual differences. They are looking at the child, all right, holistically. And they are not interested in grades. They are interested in the well-being, in the bringing up of the child holistically. At the end of the day, the child does well. There is no competition. Are you pace setters when it comes to leadership, when it comes to vision, when it comes to governance? What are your contributions in the school sector? Or is it only when you have TOSSE that we see you? What moves are you doing to grow education in Lagos State? When Lagos State is doing something in the education sector, are you a voice to be reckoned with? Are your leaders such that even the governor will invite? Now, the governor may not invite you, but you are somebody to be reckoned with. You are always there trying to learn. You have vision, you have leadership principles. You attribute statements within this pillar, whether the company has strong and appealing leaders, and if the company communicates clearly and openly. Some of us in our schools, we don't have a communication plan. How many of us have communication plans in our schools? And that is major. You must have a communication plan. You must have who your spokesperson. You must have what you must do when there is crisis. You must identify everybody's talents, their abilities, and their capacities, and know who must talk. Is it the principal who will talk when you have? She might be the principal, and she might have good communication skills, but she may not have the skills to actually talk about the schools in public. So there are people with their different capacities. People, these attributes within people describe the company's employee and workplace environment. We hear equal opportunities. If I ask some people now what are equal opportunities, they really don't know. They think equal opportunities is everybody having the same opportunity. No. Equal opportunities means that in our society, for instance, we have the blind, we have the less privileged, we have the disabled. How many of us have disabled as our staff in our school? Thank you. Can we please give her a clap? Any other person? God bless you. I mean, these are members of our community. And you know what? They don't ask for, but they are very dedicated. They are very committed and they are very educated. You are always looking at them, blind man, what did they go do? So they are so sensitive and they are so committed and they know what they're doing. So are you one of those schools that, remember these people? Do you support development of your employees? Do you go to their events? What of their salary? Are we planning to pay the basic 30,000 naira salary? Are we the type that pay a graduate 25,000? Yeah, there's so many of us here. Are we also the type that, we are the boss, nobody else matters? All these things help to build your reputation. So it makes marketing very, very easy. Don't worry, I'm almost done. The purpose, another pillar of reputation is purpose. Do you plan to make the world a better place? We're talking of person. One important tool in person is environment. We are hearing about diversity, we are hearing green space, we are hearing climate change. Is your school doing anything about it? Has your school gone green? Are you still your school still littering nylon bag? Are you still using nylon bag in your school? Are you still using pure water? Littering all over the place. Those are part of things that you have to look at in the environment. You describe environmental and community responsibilities. Do you have a day set aside at your school how to clean the gutter? Do you know? Yes, your CSR. Do you know if you do that, that's enough marketing? Do you know that's enough marketing? One afternoon, every Saturday, or maybe on a Monday, everybody goes out. You go and clean the gutter in front of the school, on that street. Some will say, which school? And then you wear your t-shirts, write the name of your school, right? And then you can even use it to raise money. Some of us belong to associations. You can do barber job, right? Go to Madam here, say, look, we're coming to clean your school. We're going to wash your toilets and everything. All we want you to pay us is 500 naira. Imagine if you do it for 1,000 schools. 500 times 1,000. Immediately you are getting almost 50,000. Is it 50,000? 500,000 naira. Just like that. And meanwhile, you are looking for ways to raise funds. Only was talking of sources of funds. I was laughing. There is so many ways you can raise funds. Now, what about schools? Pillars of reputation in schools. Academic success. A survey that was done recently, 16 out of 20 participants said academic success is number 1. If you do all these things, bring up a child that is well behaved and all that, they will still ask, what is the academic success? You didn't do well. that's the pass rate. There's no go come to it, that's the pass rate. Then the culture and type of school is very important. The culture and type of school. I cannot take my child to a school that has no culture. And what do I mean by culture? There are things you do and there are things you don't do. It must be clear, it must be spelled out. I have a school that when the children are coming back to school, some parents, they even buy them this small fridge that they put beside their bed. Yes. I was in a school when the mother said, no, I have to remove my child from the school. He said, like the AC does not work. Sometimes the AC doesn't work. I know. My daughter came once, I said, you raise a sabbath. I said, that's why it's a school. It's mass produced. If you don't eat that rice, which story are you going to tell? He said, no, there's a story about one child that saw cockroach in the food. I said, remove it. Pour the food away, ask them for a fresh plate. He said, but it's the same pot. I said, then go hungry. Oh no, it's true. God knows I'm telling you the truth. My children never come back to tell me stories about school. I tell my child, I didn't send you to like school. I didn't send you to like teacher. Like the thing that the teacher is talking. If the teacher is doing talent, if the teacher does not wear good, because they are the ones that they rate us. That one doesn't dress right, he's using Okada, it's not your business. The only business you have in that school is that A plus B equal to A plus B. Whether the woman said it like this or he said it with one leg, that is is all I want you to learn. I also tell my children, I don't need you to love me. Now, the first I told my lad, he said, oh, what do you mean? I said, that's exactly what I mean. Don't love me so I can do my work. You know, a lot of us parents were in denial, that's another day. You know, because we are so interested. Do you love me? Shall I do you love mommy? Don't love me. The only thing you do to love me is that academic work and then your behavior. I told my daughter when there are 3 boys in the class, don't be the only girl. He said, well, I said, don't ask me why. Just do what I told you. And if you must know, I don't have a weakness. In the first place, why will you be the only girl in the list of 3 boys? Where are the other girls? Go and look for your mates. And don't be only 2 in a class. Because it's your word against anyway, she likes it. But what struck me was that when he said, what's your name? He said, Ikeja Balogun. He said, which of the Balogun? This is a PR. So I had to sit. I said, Jesus Christ, this people know me. You know? They don't know me, they know the name. The name has gone ahead of me. So the name of your school must go beyond you. Must go beyond who you are. You heard Madam say that TOSSE is no longer a Yinka or good thing. No, it's gone beyond her. You shouldn't, your personality shouldn't be the one driving the school all the time. Then the location of your school is very important. Where is your school? We all must not operate in Lekki or in Ikoyi. Even if we are operating in Okwaba, look for that area of Okwaba that the land is flat, is motorable, the gutters are clean. Look for a place that will be conducive. Location is very important. And then finally, your governing body. Who are the members of your governing body? Don't go and take Mr. Evans because he will give you money. But we all know that Evans, where he gets his money is from where? Kidnapping. Don't go and get these Novoroshis who are only doing Yahoo Yahoo and 419. And even if you know that your husband's reputation is not good, hide it. Hello? What's me? If your husband, you know, women we know now, your husband has money, but you know how he gets his money, and you are building a school where you have to build, and he's in the government body, don't mention his name. When they have to give a keynote address, call the main man, and then you can thank you, sir. Everybody give my husband a clap. Women, you know how to manage that thing. Did you see my dad singing for the husband? But the men people, by the time they start to overshadow, they won't even remember his name. Because we want to build a school. Right. Why does reputation matter? A good reputation allows business to thrive. It tends to have positive impact. You have said all that. All right. So we're making progress. It takes many deeds to build a good reputation, and only one bad one to lose it. How many of us heard the story of that professor that went to sleep with a student in was it in there? Yeah. Do you know what it means to be a professor? No. Lecturer 1, in fact, before even there, first degree, second degree, PhD, then it's writing papers, lecturer 1, assistant lecturer, yes, lecturer 1, lecturer 2, publishing books, whatever. Then one small girl, a loss of 5 minutes. Because I'm not sure it's even up to 5 minutes, but only water. It's not in the office. It's a quickie. All his reputation didn't only damage himself, damage his family, damage his children. That's why you must be very careful about reputation. Reputation is a risk. It's a perishable